This is a few days after I've installed the UV. Like, I clean my glass once a day. And now, if we get around here, outside of this spill of water from my rabbitfish, there is very light growth, and that's since Sunday. Definitely an improvement on that. But as you can still see, I've got a lot of growth. Although, honestly, it feels like it's not as dense. I don't know if that's just me, but definitely doesn't seem as dense. I gotta get in there and clean up stuff. Definitely need to clean these pumps. Definitely need to start pulling out, or at least have to vacuum, but it doesn't look as dense. Now, I don't know if that has to do with the UV. Overall, it seems like it's doing okay. The UV is working out great in terms of doing something, because I can see the adjustment on the algae that builds up on the glass. Now, there's a lot of stuff kind of floating around in my tank, and that's definitely because they've been picking at some food. I still got these two guys plugged in over here just to get a lot of flow going this way to kind of disturb everything. So that's been going well. Although, unfortunately, this pump here, these are two XF330s. This one is making some crazy sounds. Like, you can hear it probably now on the camera. Don't know why. I probably have to go in there and replace bushings or something. Just gotta take it apart. Trying to think what else. UV. So I don't know if anyone's following my post on Reef to Reef, but the UV itself, it's working great. I love it in terms of like its placement. And I was able to actually make sure that I can quickly install the quartz sleeve and the light bulb right here. It's a nice, perfect straight up and down, so nothing's obstructing that. And then I had an EB8 bar back there with a lot of plugs ready to go. So it's there. Reason I have it on my Apex is because I noticed that it is definitely heating the water a little bit. Water is warmer, so it's trended up. So water's trended up, my ORP has trended up, but not by much. But now, instead of running at 76.7, I'm looking at 77.2 or something. Or maybe I look right here. Oh yeah, look right here. So it's like 77.3. That's typically not where the tank used to run. So the UV is definitely heating the water up. I do need a siphon. I got new 36 inch or 40 inch, 42 inch, I can't remember, T5s to replace these during the Black Friday sales, because these are a year old, so I got to replace those. I do want to not have these as draped over this. I wish there was a way that I can get a 1 or 2 here, but somehow make it long enough so it can reach under the tank and get to the controller. Right now they're too short for this size tank, so I think it's about 6 feet. I'm tempted to do is actually take my two MP60s and move one of the MP60s over here, and then have the two gyres over there. The Nero 7's working pretty good right there. And he's pushing strong water this way. And just have one MP60 just here, so it's not too obstructive in terms of view. And then that gives me an option to have a secondary MP60 when I want to do a cleaning. I can just like swap one out and put the other one in. So I've been thinking about doing that. That might be a good flow option. That way I don't have to run wires through the tank somehow, and I don't have any ports. I'd have to find a way to Dremel some opening and then get something down, where if I had the MP60 with an extension cable, which I do know there's some resources online to buy those or make them yourself, I can go ahead and run that down to here and off to the side, and then down into the dark underneath the tank. And so it's kind of out of sight if I do it that way. So that might be an option. Just still battling this, but I got a feeling, you know how that you get that sense when you're looking at your tank and you're like, something is slightly better. Like, I don't usually have this right here of like rock that's bare. That tells me that my urchins have decided that it's okay to eat it now, or it's not coming back quickly enough. So that's new to me. And I'm seeing these little patches throughout the rockwork, which is interesting. Some things improved, like even here, look at that. Look at all that blank space there. And here, like, can I zoom in? Let's see. No, I can't zoom in. Oh, maybe I can. Look at that. It's all like bare. And there's like patches of coralline that's kind of appearing. So something just within the last few days has changed the chemistry, or the algae's ability, or the chrysophyte's ability to grow back faster. So that's interesting. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm not, again, I'm this is more for my journaling, and it's more for my reef to reef build thread, but this kind of helps me go back and kind of see things and see the tank as it is, and just take note of some of the changes. I'll probably do another video showing kind of like how the UV sterilizer is kind of like piped in using the manifold in here, because I had some challenges with that. I had to balance the increase of water volume that has to go into the UV tank, right? That big contraption itself, the housing, and then how much water is flowing into the tank, how much water is coming out of the UV into the display, keep those gallons per hour the way it should be, and then with the sump, and just all of that was a mess. Like, that was all just a whole new, all the dynamics of the amount of water cycling just was all messed up with the addition of the UV, because that's probably, my guess is about 5 gallons over there in that housing. So that really changed how much water volume is actually in the tank at this point. So typically it's 183 gallons total. Now I'm adding, just to count that, I had to add about 6 gallons, I think it was like 7 gallons of extra salt water into the system when I added the UV. So I didn't even account for that in my head before I installed it. So that changes some of the dosing and all that. Any case, okay, I'm still rambling. That's my update for today. And if anybody has any suggestions, questions, or anything like that, I'm always open to answering anything. I've been in a hobby now since 2015. Yeah, and this is, again, just so everyone knows, this is a upgrade tank. So this moved from my really successful 70-gallon that I had for many years, and because my girl here got so big, she's like 8 inches now. I needed to upgrade the tank, and this is the tank I upgraded to, and I think it's a perfect size. I don't want to go bigger than this. But again, I didn't start with live rock. I added a live rock at some point. I do have a couple of big Tampa Bay rocks in here, but this still had issues with what you're seeing now. But yeah, man. Anyways, okay, I'm still rambling. All right, I gotta go. Thanks. Later.